All right, boys and girls, welcome back to the deli. We got a little drive-through here, 5-minute lesson, and there's a lot to this. Got a little live recording here in Fourth Bell. Everybody say hi to the recorder. Okay, not bad, not bad. Hey, look, it's interesting because I'm teaching this again, and they're doing things in way different order than I'm used to. It seems like they're giving you the two strange ones, or the ones that are kind of like not related to other ones first. So does anybody know the definition of a trapezoid? Yep.
It's a shape, it's like a quadrilateral.
A quadrilateral
with one set of parallel.
with exactly one pair of parallel sides is the way we're going to define it. Okay. Anybody know what a kite is? This is a harder one to define. What the heck was that? Oh no, no undo. We're just going to have to go with it. A kite is a quadrilateral with two pairs of adjacent congruent sides, but not a rhombus. I'll give you a better definition some other time. So now what we're really going to do is we're going to be looking at the key aspects of kites and specifically about isosceles trapezoids. So Bryson, what is an isosceles trapezoid?
The two legs are
very good. An isosceles trapezoid is a trapezoid with congruent legs, and the legs are the non-parallel sides, okay? So if you want me to ruin the movie, which I'm always willing to do, the base angles of isosceles trapezoids are congruent, okay? The consecutive interior angles of an isosceles trapezoid are, anybody know? They're inside parallel lines, so they must be supplementary to each other. Okay? And then the diagonals of a kite are perpendicular. One is the perpendicular bisector of the other. That's what we're learning. So now I'll go through some of these theorems and kind of try to do this quickly so you know what you're doing in 6-2. Okay, so look, they're designing a kite for a keychain. What I need you to realize is that the kites fly because these are perpendicular, and they have their shape because QP is equal to QR, and because SP is equal to SR. You might want to pause the video and write down these facts because I don't have enough time in a 5-minute lesson to explain them all to you, but you could go through with a proof, and you could prove all these things to yourself with everything you've learned in my class so far. So how are they related? The best way to understand this is to remember the perpendicular bisector theorem. Elise, it looks like you're paying attention, so I'm going to ask you a question, but I don't mean to put you on the spot. Okay. Since BA is the same as BC, would you say that B is equidistant from A as it is from C?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Would you say that D is equidistant from A as it is from C? So here's what we learned a couple of units ago. If 2 points, in this case, B and D, if 2 points are equidistant from the endpoints of a segment, then those 2 points determine the perpendicular bisector of that segment. Okay, so that tells us that in a kite, one of the diagonals perpendicularly cuts in half the other one. But don't misconstrue it. DX is longer than XB. Only one of them have equal parts. Does that make sense? Also know that triangle 1 is congruent to triangle 2. Triangle 3 is congruent to triangle 4. And then also triangle 1 plus 3 is congruent to triangle 2 plus 4. Following along with that? Okay. What else do they want us to learn? The diagonals are perpendicular. We're good. Look, no matter where I put this thing, let's try to make it a rhombus. Oh, they won't let us. They won't let us make it a rhombus. Conspiracy. It's always a kite. Sweet, thanks. Now, another important fact about diagonals, I think you could figure this out. How do you think BD, if this is an isosceles trapezoid, so you know that BA is congruent to CD, how do you think BD is related to CA? How is the length of this diagonal, B to D, related to the length of this diagonal, C to A? They are congruent. In fact, I'll try to quickly show you why that's true. We can see that this side is congruent to that side because it's given, right? We know that since it's a trapezoid that BC has what relationship with AD? They're parallel. So then that means this angle is congruent to that angle by alternate interior angles. Okay. We just learned that the diagonals of an isosceles trapezoid are congruent. So now we know that this side, oh, we don't even need that. It's congruent to itself, right? So now I can, here I'm going to pull these triangles apart. I have this. Oh, it's going to be ASS. It won't work. So I got to get both angles. That's okay. I can use both angles because this angle is also congruent. Oh, I'm not going to prove it because this is going to take the whole video, but I promise I can prove it. And the diagonals are indeed congruent. Okay? We'll save the proof for the longer video. But there's lots of different ways I could prove that triangle BAD was congruent to triangle CDA. Let's see. What's next? Base angles are congruent, so angle A is congruent to angle D. Angle B is congruent to angle C. Remember, you guys can play around with these. They're keeping it isosceles. This is a fun little thing to, it's almost a triangle, but it's not. All right, now the final thing, mid-segment. This is important. If you connect the midpoints of the sides of a trapezoid, XY is parallel to the top and the bottom, and it is the average of the top and the bottom. So it's smaller than the bottom one, bigger than the top one. How do I find something that's right in the middle? I take the average. This is going to be a fun little interactive one. Look, 4.2 plus 10 is 14.2. 14.2 divided by 2, 7.1 is the average. If I make this one smaller, now it's 7. If I make it even smaller, now it's 6. If I make it bigger, give me a whole number here. Oh, so that just gives it the lean that we want, and this one extends it. Give me the 16. 16 plus 10, 26 divided by 2, 13. This is a fun little thing to mess around with. This savas is starting to grow on me, just like you guys. I would pause this part of the video and I would write down all of this. These are definitions, and these are the key aspects. I think that's it. It is. Pause it, write it, practice it, ask it. Boom! And remember, save money, hide money from yourselves. Your future self will thank you.